They made sustainability seem so logical in the beginning.
I was deeply convinced I would be the solution. Do you think there's any concern of us making this documentary?
You don't understand the depth of what you're getting into. There are powerful forces behind this.
I think we've stumbled upon something really dangerous. So we are here after months of filming, and we have a story, and it needs to be seen. It needs to be seen. At what cost?
Melissa, can you tell us the first time you decided to investigate this topic?
Sure. All of our professors were asking us to do a project about sustainability, and it kept coming up in our classes. And I was just thinking, why this word? Why is this what they want us to focus on? There has to be something behind it.
We decided to ask all the Sprint Intensive professors two simple questions. How does sustainability become the theme of Sprint Intensive? And what does sustainability actually mean?
Lizzie, can you tell me where you are and what's happening today?
We are in the basement of the McCone Building in Monterey, California, and this was the first time where we've tried to contact a professor to discuss sustainability, and they didn't show up.
At first, the professors didn't want to talk. Alfredo Ortiz gave us the slip in the hallway. We had no idea how hard it would be to get them to talk, but when they did, we were shocked by what we heard.
How did sustainability become the theme of Sprint Intensive?
Dear.
Golly, I think Beryl just said, okay, let's make that the theme.
Well, we needed to connect all the classes to something. Otherwise, they would just be free-form floating objects in space. And since we are all trying to get sustainability into at least one per every 3 paragraphs, it seemed the easiest way for us to meet the quota was to introduce sustainability into the syllabus. Once every 3 paragraphs, I get at least one mention of sustainability.
Okay, so we have the meeting where they chose sustainability as the theme for Sprint Intensive. They all agreed it was the only thread that tied the courses together, and all 4 teachers were on board. But what does sustainability even mean?
There's a whole range of things where none of these concepts make any sense, and that I wouldn't necessarily share because it would scare people off. So I
Elusive, vague definitions that could transcend the functional definition of each module.
Oh gosh, I can't admit this on camera. I guess I can. I really like being in charge. Basically means that I run this program.
when to not go down that rabbit hole.
And no one can hold me back.
Do you have a subversive agenda?
Of course.
Half the claims that people say to be true are just someone's dominant ways of thinking.
I usually corner people in a very dark, isolated thing, and if it was a balcony, it was sort of the only way was to jump off. And now I corner them against the door.
But I have so much power to determine everything I want to do, and as long as I don't piss off 80% of students, I can keep bringing up ideas that I only think are important.
Was a take no prisoners type of guy. I mean, I was always the hardliner in whatever group I was.
Being okay with a lot of anxiety being generated in the classroom, and I have this righteous streak to myself.
Just wanted to make sure you guys were so dead and beaten by the time I got to you that nobody put up a fight.
But there's winners and losers every single time that just stay quiet. Well, the losers stay quiet.
Well, there's being able to sustain your time at that job.
And if it's not working, it's because you're just being a toolhead.
I am not in covert ops.
I just feel like even here at MIS now, it's gotten over the edge.
Be to the point of destroying your adversaries.
Who keeps you in check? Who do you report to?
Like, who do you report the sustainability quota to?
God. And then the question is, okay, so maybe I was too. Am I still on camera?
I can turn it off if you want.
Yeah, for this,
I'm sorry, it went too long.
What's so sustainable about Pacific Grove? There's like 20 deer. You think that's sustainable?
I started hearing it so often, and to the point where I would just write it in my journal margins every night when I was going to sleep, and then I would wake up just thinking sustainability, and I thought, this can't be normal. Like, I don't think this is what school's supposed to be about. And I mean, here I am, and I'm fine. Everything's going fine.
We've noticed that it's in almost every single email that originates from an @Miss account, and that we get.
No.
if I am not for myself, who am I? But if I'm only for myself, what am I?
That's great.
Actually, I messed it up. That wasn't the quote at all.
And do you have a role model for sustainability?
Eleanor Roosevelt. I have no idea why.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Lizzie, I figured out the secret. I know what's going on with the sustainability stuff.
What?
Zach, are you there? Zach, something has happened to Melissa. She called me, she said she figured out what sustainability was, and then I think she was kidnapped. And I just looked at our footage, and half of our footage is gone.